The station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
New tonight, 4 shootings in D.C., including 3 teenage girls. The latest details during a violent week in the nation's capital involving children. And a nationwide shortage of corrections officers at prisons and jails. How one state in the DMV works to fill those needed positions. And stretching your dollar tonight, from mortgages and retail sales on the rise, plus housing demands in Maryland. We're covering it all tonight.
And a beautiful afternoon as expected and anticipated across the region. You can see a live look out towards Reagan National Airport. The sun is shining. I'll talk about temperatures and what to expect for Monday coming up.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 6. I'm Ben Dennis. Breaking now, DC police said they're currently working a barricade situation in Southeast on the 4,000 block of South Capitol Street near Oxen Run Park. Several roads are closed nearby at this hour with a flurry of police on scene. And police said a person barricaded themselves inside a home. It appears to be a domestic situation. And police added the suspect inside is armed. They said the victim is no longer inside, but they did not share if they were hurt. A DC News Now photographer on scene tells us all of Brandywine Street Southeast is closed near South Capitol and First Street, as well as parts of First Street Southeast and Atlantic Street Southeast. And new tonight, the violence continues around the district this weekend, and more of the targets are young children. Our Dave Laval joins us live outside of Metro Police headquarters with the latest details. Dave, what do we know at this hour?
Well, good evening, Ben. There have now been 44 juveniles shot around the district this year. That's according to DC Police. 2 died this week, while 4 others are recovering from their injuries. The latest attack happened around 1 o'clock this morning along 50th Street near Banks Place. Police told us bullets struck 2 14-year-old girls and a 16-year-old girl. They survived and were transported to the hospital. We do not have an update on their conditions. This happened after family and friends of little Ariana Davis gathered at the fields of RFK campus last night. The 10-year-old died Wednesday after someone shot her along Hay Street in Northeast D.C. last Sunday night while Davis and her family drove home. Also on Wednesday, someone shot and killed 17-year-old Jefferson Luna Perez near Roosevelt High School where he attends classes. Plus, a 12-year-old girl survived a gunshot wound to her leg while she slept in her home last Monday morning. Mayor Muriel Bowser and police have condemned the shootings. Parents are also fed up and want the violence against children to stop.
We killing each other for nothing. Babies dying for nothing. We got to stop it now. We got to stop it right now. By any means necessary. National Guards, whatever you got to do, we got to do something ASAP, like right now.
Police told us they are looking for a black Hyundai Elantra with heavy tinted windows believed to be involved in this morning's shootings. They're also looking for suspects in the other crimes we mentioned. You're asked to call DC Metro Police if you have any information. Live at DC Metro Police headquarters, Dave Laval, DC News Now.
For staying on top of all of those stories and developing now, these were not the only reported shootings overnight. DC Police reported 3 more shootings across the district. So let's break it down, the when and the where. Shortly after 1:30 this morning, police reported a shooting northeast DC on West Virginia Avenue, reportedly involving 4 suspects seen in a white sedan. After that came a shooting on New York Avenue in Northwest. And later, another shooting shortly before 3 a.m. on 14th Street, also Northwest. Please contact police if you have any information. Also developing now this evening, we're learning about an early morning mass shooting in a Missouri bar that left 3 people dead and 2 injured. Kansas City police say that they arrived at the lounge there shortly before their 1:30 a.m. closing time and saw multiple victims. 2 of them were declared dead on arrival, and at the bar, with the 3rd later dying at the hospital. Investigators are still piecing together the events that led up to the shooting. We'll keep you informed as we learn more here on DC News Now. And Democrats are pushing for paid medical leave for all workers. This as Republicans call for cuts to spending as the debt ceiling looms over Capitol Hill. Washington correspondent Alexandra Limon reports.
Paid family leave should be a national priority because our families should be a national priority.
Democrats say the United States needs to guarantee paid sick days and family leave for all workers.
At a time of record-breaking corporate profits and exorbitant CEO pay, the idea that the richest country in the history of the world cannot guarantee paid leave for its workers is an international embarrassment.
Democrats are proposing legislation that would guarantee 7 paid sick days and 12 weeks of paid family leave for all American workers. Supporters say the move would benefit the economy and help with employee retention.
No worker should be forced to make an impossible choice between keeping their job and taking care of their loved ones or taking care of themselves.
But the effort comes at the same time as Republicans, led by Speaker Kevin McCarthy, are working to slash government spending.
And the sad part, when I sit with the Democrats, their ideas are old. You know what they think? We should just tax more.
Republicans say the already existing government programs are in danger of running out of money.
Social Security, Medicare, and the Highway Trust Fund. Do you know what happens then? They automatically get cut by more than 20%.
Despite that opposition, Democrats say they'll continue to push until paid sick and family leave become a reality. In Washington, Alexandra Limon.
Happening now, a serious lack of correctional officers at prisons and jails across the country, including right here in the DMV. Meanwhile, the West Virginia Department of Corrections reports more than 27% of correctional officer positions are unfulfilled. The Potomac Highlands Regional Jail showing the most severe deficiency, 76% staff vacancies there. That's according to the American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees, a trade union. The lack of competitive pay, especially in the Eastern Panhandle, has been discussed by the state legislature. But one delegate says the nature of the work is the deterrent to job seekers.
Even with all that, it's still going to be difficult to get these employees because it's a nasty, nasty job. Even Maryland, who has better pay and a 20-year pension, has a problem recruiting correctional employees.
West Virginia is currently using members of the National Guard as temporary prison and jail guards. Turning now to your safety, it is National Safe Boating Week, and as more people head to the water, first responders are among those offering reminders and tips to keep you safe. The Department of Resources in Maryland says that there were 132 reported boating accidents just last year. Of them, there were 48 injuries and 11 deaths. And of those deaths, only 2 people were wearing life jackets. So what steps can you take to stay safe? Well, the National Boating Safety Board has them, including always wearing a properly fitted life jacket. It could mean the difference between an injury and death. They also recommend being aware of how far you are from the shore and boats at all times. Finally, check the weather reports. Your meteorologists are working hard here on DC News Now before you hit the water. The last thing you want to do is be caught off guard in the middle of a storm. You can find more tips on the board's official website. Turning now to weather, we've got a live look at Reagan National Airport right now. We saw at the top of the show, Scott Sumner, a beautiful day today. I know it was windy for those golfers out there like yourself. You didn't make it to the green, but what are we expecting ahead?
A little less wind, that's for starters here, Ben. And you know what? With Memorial Day just 8 days away, I had to put this graphic up because, yes, sun is shining outside right now. We're all in that kind of summer-like mode, I would think. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but hopefully you're feeling the same way I am. And we're looking at about a month now from summer, June 21st, and July 4th is 44 days away. I don't like to push those holidays too much, but, you know, just give you an idea of what when they're coming up here. All right, let's take a look at some of those wind speeds. Not too terrible. We had some gustier winds earlier on. DC at 9 miles an hour, Manassas at 10, 13 miles an hour. So basically under 15 miles an hour wind speeds. We've had some higher wind gusts within the hour, and the reason being is we have a storm system that exited yesterday, and the difference between that storm system and the difference between the high pressure moving in has created the winds this afternoon. But needless to say, look at this, clear skies up and down across the area. So for tonight in Frederick County, expect 70s at 7 p.m. to drop into the upper 60s at 9 and mid 60s by 11 o'clock. And your headlines, clear and comfortable night, sunny start to the week. We may have, though, some haze from some of those Canadian wildfires that are still ongoing. We'll talk a little bit about that, and some showers possible into, unfortunately, next weekend, which is Memorial Day weekend. We'll break it down and show you the 7-day forecast in just a bit. Ben?